Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the L'Oreal Pure Clay Cleansers. They come in charcoal, eucalyptus, and algae, and if this packaging looks kind of familiar, it's because they are a connected part of the same line as these masks that they released a few months ago. I did a full review on these that I'll have linked below and in the cards, and the review is my most watched video by a lot on my channel, and I know a lot of the subscribers I have probably came from that video, so if you enjoyed that video and you subscribed for that reason, this video is for you because I wanted to see if the line continued strong because these masks are really good and I wanted to see if the cleansers were. So the main thing I want to compare is this cleanser to the Glam Glow version. All I have is a packet right now, but I do usually have like the little squeezy tube one and samples that I'll use. So I am very familiar with the product and I want to see what the similarities are because the one like this with the Glam Glow, which is again is a sample, these are very, very similar. So I wanted to see if they were continuing to try to dupe Glam Glow or if this is just a new product that they've kind of invented on their own. So if you want to see how these work, then just keep watching. So like I mentioned, there are three new ones. There's the charcoal, the eucalyptus, and the red algae. There isn't really any specifics on the differences on this one. They all kind of say the same thing. This one is to exfoliate. Oh, I see. So this one is it's the same as the mask. This one's to exfoliate and refine. This one is to purify and mattify. And this one is to detox and brighten. In all honesty, the mask that I've used the most is this one. This one is one I use if I'm breaking out. Just because I have dry skin, this is the best as far as a spot treatment. Usually I just look like I have a goatee because this is where I break out, so I will just kind of put it all around this area for about 20 minutes after I wash my face and stuff before I go to bed, and then I just wash it right off. And I do kind of interchange it with the Glam Glow one, as well as I used to use the Sephora one that I compared it to in my old video, except for that one has since kind of gone bad and dried out, so I don't own that one anymore. But these two I don't use a ton just because I felt like they dried out my skin a little too much, and I didn't have issues with shine. The exfoliation one I could probably use a little more, but this was actually my least favorite in that video. So I'm curious if the same trend is going to go through with these, because I really do enjoy using this, even though I don't actually have one right now because I've run out, but I did have a packet, so I thought I'd pull it out to try a comparison. So I'm going to use this on one side of my face and this on the other, just to see if the texture, if the feeling, the way your skin feels afterwards is the same. And then I will do this one on one half of my face and this one on one half of my face. Hopefully this doesn't dry my skin out too terribly, but I do want to show you the textures and kind of how it makes your skin feel. So I have a big bowl of water, and the first thing I need to do is go ahead and take off my makeup. This is the Simple Hydrating Cleansing Oil. This is a really good dupe for the Boscia Makeup Breakup Cleansing Oil, which is the thing I used to use a lot. Then I found these in the clearance section at Target for like $2.50 or something like that, and I've actually just been refilling my Boscia with this because I like the pump a little better than this, but this one I keep in my sink, and the other I keep in my tub in a little basket. So yeah, this is what I use to take off my makeup every day. I don't like to just go straight in with a cleanser on top of makeup because I feel like it kind of makes your cleanser fight through the makeup to get to your skin, whereas if you go ahead and remove your makeup, then your cleanser gets to really work. So I'm going to do like what I usually do, take this my makeup off with this, and then I will go in with the cleansers. Alright, so that is all of my makeup off, and you can see my lovely skin and all of the breakouts I've been having lately. You can see my chin is definitely where I break out. I really don't break out anywhere else. It's just mostly hormonal acne, so it kind of stays in this region. Plus, I tend to kind of touch around my mouth. I shouldn't, but I do. So I'm going to go ahead and go in first with the L'Oreal one on this side of the face because this one I can tell there's some pimples that are kind of more achy, and I know that this one helps that, and I want to see if this one helps with that. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this. And something that's kind of odd is these aren't sealed. You know how a lot of products you get have a seal? Like once you open them, when you first buy them, they are already open. So it says to squeeze the product into your hands and add a little bit of water to change it from a clay to a mousse. Gently massage onto your face using circular motions, avoiding the eye area, and then rinse thoroughly and pat dry. So you definitely do need to take off your makeup before using this because you're not supposed to use it around your eyes. So I'm going to just add a little bit of water. Oh, it is a weird material. It's like kind of putty feeling. Like when you push it down, it has like air bubbles in it and stuff. And so now it's getting a little bit thicker. Is it kind of turning a lighter gray color too? I think it's just shearing out. So I really want to make sure to get my nose and my chin really well. I'm going to kind of just barely get my forehead. Oh, I forgot to put my headband on. My hair might get wet. It's not, there's no grittiness to it. It kind of feels just like a thick gel kind of a consistency. Like it definitely feels kind of like a clay mixed with a gel. There's no grit to it. Some, you know how like some of these, it has more of like an exfoliation and you can like really feel like the clay in it. Which I'm not that surprised by that because the mask is a much smoother liquidy consistency than the Glam Glow one. The Glam Glow one has like chunks of clay in it, whereas the one from L'Oreal does not, and I actually prefer it for that. It's a lot thinner and easier to use. It's a lot less messy. Alright, so that is the L'Oreal side. Right, so now that I've like put this all over this side of the face, I'm going to go ahead and wash it off. I don't want it to sit too long because it doesn't say to let it sit. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it off and then pat it dry, and then I will do the other side with the Glam Glow. So I am kind of surprised by a few things. It came off super easy, and it really is soapy. It's not mask-like, whereas I think the Glam Glow one is more of like a mask, and then it kind of like starts to break down. This one really feels like you just wash your face with some soap, not like harsh soap, but just like a face cleanser soap. It kind of got a dryness to it, like it's kind of, my skin is a little bit tacky now. So that is kind of my first thought so far on this. It didn't really feel like it was like pulling anything out of my acne. I don't know. I don't feel like it was really, I don't feel like it really detoxed a ton. I didn't feel any of that pulling kind of a sensation. You know how when you put on a mask or anything like that, it kind of feels like it's pulling things out of your pores. I really didn't feel that at all with this. But I did like the texture of it and the consistency of it. And my face does feel very clean. It just doesn't feel like it sucked my pores out like I was kind of expecting it to. So now for the Glam Glow. The texture actually is quite similar. It's a little bit chunkier, but the way you use this is very different. You have to use it on dry skin with dry hands and put it on like a mask. And I can already feel this one has kind of like that minty tingling sensation to it that feels like it's kind of pulling out of your things out of your pores, which is what I felt like I was missing from the L'Oreal one. I just got some in my hair. So like I mentioned, I have used this quite a bit in the past. Anytime that my skin just isn't really doing well, I can tell I'm breaking out. If I put this on, it really calms down my skin and helps kind of keep the acne from being angry. You know how what I'm talking about, like when you have pimples and they just are achy, and they just feel like they're going to burst a little bit. I know it's kind of gross, but it's just kind of what it feels like sometimes. This really seems to kind of bring them back at bay and calm them down, similar to like an acne treatment would. Now that this is sitting on my skin, I really can feel that tingly sensation where it feels like it's really cleaning out my pores. I don't know if that's really what that means, but you know what I'm talking about when these masks kind of have that kind of eucalyptus-y tingling thing going on. That's what's happening right now. And then I just have to wet it, rub it into my skin, and then I can wash it off. So I'm going to just add a little bit of water and really start kind of massaging this into the skin. And as I'm doing that, it's even more of a cooling feel. Trying not to drip water everywhere. I will say this is a lot thicker of a consistency. It's a lot harder to get off. The other face cleanser, as soon as I wet it, it really started breaking down. This one, it's just kind of starting to thin it out some, but it really isn't like breaking the actual cleanser down. So now that it's all rinsed out, I can tell you 100% this side feels that cooling, tingly feel. This side did not at all. This side just felt like regular cleanser. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I'm saying it's not a dupe. They don't do the same thing, so don't buy this hoping it will replace your Glam Glow cleanser if that is something you use. It is a very different product. I will say, I mean, it kind of feels, you know, my skin feels a little tighter. It definitely feels cleaner than if I just used a basic cleanser. So I definitely do think it helped detox. I just don't think it quite detox as much as this one, where it really feels like it's kind of doing something to your pores. This one, it really just felt like it was cleansing my skin. Does that make any, I don't know if that makes any sense. This just felt like a deeper clean than this one did. Now onto the Eucalyptus. This is the Purify and Mattify. So if you have very oily skin, I think this would be really good for you. I think this one is to help with larger pores, where, I don't know, I think either one would help if you have larger pores. Honestly, any of the three will help if you have large pores. But this one is specifically for if you have oily skin, to help mattify your skin. So this one is This one, or I didn't read what this one was supposed to do, but it says that your skin is purified of dirt, oil, and pollution immediately. This is the charcoal one. Skin is left with a clean, clear, healthy look, and skin looks revitalized with a fresh glow. So I would say, my skin does look kind of glowy, but it also feels really dry. Both sides feel really dry from both cleansers. And then it says, use after use, your skin's overall quality will improve. Dull skin appears more radiant and luminous, and skin looks more beautiful. So this is actually supposed to make your skin radiant. It mentions that quite a bit in the things that are supposed to happen. It's supposed to detox and brighten, which is kind of an odd mix of things. But because usually brightening is more in like the hydrating, drier skin aimed claims. Whereas this one is, obviously this whole line is more so for oily skin or acne prone skin. So anyway, that is what this one's supposed to do. So moving on to Eucalyptus. The Eucalyptus says that immediately the skin is purified of dirt, oil, and pollution. It is left with a clean, clear look, and it feels pure with a matte finish. So I guess look and see if my skin looks very glowy right now. I just cleansed it with that other one, so there shouldn't be any oil on my face. There's a little bit of shine to my face, but it's just kind of the reflection from the light. And it says, use after use, your skin's overall quality improves and excess oil and shine are reduced. So if you have very oily skin, this is supposed to help over time to reduce the oiliness of your skin. So this one is the exact same thing. You put it in your hands, add some water to change it from a clay to a mousse. Use circular motions across your face, avoiding the eye area, and then you rinse thoroughly and pat dry. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Eucalyptus one in my hand. By the way, these are each 4.4 fluid ounces, and the cost was $6.99 at my Walgreens. It'll probably be even cheaper at Targets and Walmarts. That's usually kind of how it goes with drugstore. So this one is in general like a little bit more liquidy. It's like a lot more liquidy. It feels kind of slimy. Honestly, it doesn't even really feel like you need to add water to it. This one smells like a spa. It smells really good. It smells like a spa, but it also kind of has a soapy smell to it. As I'm starting to kind of work this into my skin, I really can kind of feel my skin tightening up some, which I think is good. I think that's kind of what it's wanting your skin to do in order to kind of keep your pores from producing oil. The only thing I know a little bit about oily skin is that you have to moisturize oily skin. So you want to do stuff like this to kind of get rid of the excess oil, but then you need to moisturize it because otherwise your skin is going to overproduce the oil and then you're just as oily as you started. So definitely if you use any of these, make sure you're moisturizing your skin because this really is pulling out all of the oil that your skin is producing. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this one off. You can see it's like really breaking down pretty easily. And it's getting a little bit sudsy, which I don't know. I know a lot of people like to use soap-free face cleansers. Like the Cetaphil, I think, is soap-free. The one that I use is by Avene Thermal, and it is a soap-free bar of soap, and it's specifically for really dry skin. So yeah, this one definitely is soapy. So if that is something you do not like in your cleanser, you won't like any of these, or at least so far. We'll have to test the pink red one, but so far the charcoal and the eucalyptus one have been pretty soapy and sudsy. I would say this one, my skin definitely feels like it's kind of being pulled back a little bit. It feels a lot tighter. Some people like that, some people don't. It feels like I definitely need to put some moisturizer on once I'm done with this video. But it does feel like it really pulled any oil out of my skin and really did mattify it. So I would say so far that I really think this one works and does what it says. This one, I think I need to play with a little bit more. I don't know, I was kind of disappointed. I think I was really hoping it was going to be more like the Glam Glow one that it is, because I like that tingly eucalyptus-y feeling. It just seems to really kind of help calm down my acne. But so far, I think I like this one the best, because I think it actually did help my acne feel a little bit better, more so than this one did. Alright, and for the last cleanser, this is the Exfoliate and Refine Red Algae Cleanser. So this one, it says that immediately you will see that your skin is purified of dirt, oil, and pollution. All three of those say that. It is, and then you are left with a clean and clear look. This one says that your skin feels smoother. It improves, over time, it'll improve your overall quality of your skin. It'll refine the texture and pores appear tighter and minimized. So this one is the one that mentions pores the most. So if you do have larger pores, if you have texture on your skin, this is the one that's for you. If it's anything like this, it'll actually have bits of like exfoliates in it. This one has like little chunks. of, I'm assuming, red algae, since that is what it says this is. That really kind of exfoliate your skin. So I'm going to see if this kind of helps. I have lots of like bumpy texture around here just all the time. So I'm going to see if it helps smooth out my skin any. But this one feels more of that moussey texture, kind of like the first one. It definitely has little gritty pieces in it. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to my face. I definitely can feel the exfoliation in it. It's not too intense. It doesn't feel, and this one smells really good. It doesn't feel like it's ripping my skin. You know how some exfoliators, they just feel like it's doing more harm than good. This one feels like it's like probably like a medium grit of exfoliation. I know the brand, I think it's Acure, A-C-U-R-E. I think they sell it at Target. I got a red algae exfoliator in one of my Birchbox and I hated it. But this one I actually like, or at least at this moment, I like it. I like the feeling of putting it on and rubbing it in. So far, this one definitely feels the least sudsy. It's not kind of building up little bubbles when I'm rubbing in the extra water. So now that my skin feels pretty tight, and part of that is because I used way more cleanser than someone needs to use on a regular basis, I would say this side does feel smoother. The exfoliation really does help. This is the funny thing. In my last video on this line, I liked the charcoal one. I somewhat liked this one. I didn't really like this one. In this video, my favorite is the red algae. I like the eucalyptus one, and so far I don't like the charcoal one. Just because it just didn't feel like it was doing anything. These, it actually felt afterwards that my skin had done something, especially this one because of the exfoliator in it. And I really don't like exfoliators usually, but this one felt really gentle. It didn't seem like it was just ripping my skin apart. So I really liked it. So this is just kind of what my skin looks like after. I really don't think you're going to be able to see any differences in my skin from when we started, other than it's just not shiny at all because we've kind of gotten rid of all the oil on my skin. I feel like with a mask, there's more like dramatic differences, whereas with a cleanser, it's meant to be used every day. These are meant to be used every day. So they're not going to be super duper harsh because of that. If you use a really, really harsh cleanser that you're expecting to act like a mask, it's going to really tear up your skin because you shouldn't be using a harsh mask like one of these daily. You should be using them once a week, whereas this is for daily use. So that's kind of my overall thoughts of this. I know that my video on the mask is pretty much, it's like almost to 75,000 views, which is very, 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 very far above what any of my other videos are. I think my other highest video is more like 10,000 views. So I know a lot of my subscribers have come from that video. They saw that video and they subscribed after. So if you're one of those subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel through that video. Y'all are kind of the reason that I decided to pick these up today. So it's kind of a funny story. When I saw these masks in CVS, when I first got them, I really wasn't thinking I was going to get them because they really weren't for my skin type that much. I knew I wouldn't need to use all three of them, but I wanted to get them, do a little review for my channel, and I thought maybe someone would watch it because it was a newer product, and it ended up being a big deal for my channel. I know, like I said, it's where a lot of my views have come from. It's where a lot of my subscribers have come from, and it really helped me grow my channel, which is almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is huge and awesome, and was pretty much my goal when I started my YouTube channel. Of course, I just do this for fun. I'm not, actually none of my videos are monetized. I'm just doing this for fun at the moment, and 1,000 subscribers was kind of the number I had in my mind that would be like my, yes, I finally, like my YouTube channel is decent if I have 1,000 subscribers, because it's very hard. I think looking at other people's YouTube channels, you think that getting views and getting subscribers really isn't a difficult thing, but it can be. But especially if you're kind of like me and I don't really post very, very frequently or consistently. But yeah, I'm really proud of almost getting 1,000. Once I do hit 1,000, there will definitely be a giveaway coming up soon. And yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to be giving away, but I will be giving away something. So if you have any ideas, put it down below in the comments. But like I said, that original video is really what kind of inspired me to do this one, because I figured if all you people who subscribe to me were interested in those products, you would be interested in these products. And I want to be able to put out content that my subscribers want to see, even if these aren't necessarily for me, although I really think I'm going to be using this one quite a bit because it really feels like it helped my skin a lot. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts about these cleansers. Again, these were $6.99 at Walgreens. These, if you're curious, retail for $19.99, so I was really shocked that the price was so good on these because I think they're really nice quality. So yeah, I know this is kind of a rambly video, but I was really excited to see these today, and I thought I would just go ahead and do a video because I haven't put one up in a while. And yeah, I thought y'all would enjoy it. So if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up so I will know that you enjoyed it. And again, leave me any comments if you have any ideas of things you would like to win in a giveaway coming up soon. And as always, thank you so much for watching.